Hello? Hello, 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 hello. I think we got the mic working. 1 second. Can you hear me? You hear sounds? Hear my voice? Yay! Okay, 1 second. You let my dog out. Okay. All right. Your audible is still so I hooked up my phone because it's community day today. Yeah, I did that just because it's community day today, and I wanted to stream and still have the option to catch some Pokemon. So it's a little bit different today. My apologies. But yes, so yeah, I have Pokemon going. So that is a thing that's a little different. Hello, Rose's Gaming Madness. Welcome. Too loud? Yeah, my smidge loud. I think that's better. I don't know. It's hard to gauge it. Okay. So yeah, I have Pokemon up over on the side over here because it's community day. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rose Game. Yeah, I just turned it down a smidge. Just a smidge. So I think that'll be a little bit better. Yeah, and I don't have a way to really like gauge that without doing a recording and checking it and all that, because I'm just using this so I can hear the music. So I know there's music and all that. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But yeah, let's see. It's almost time for the community day, but we're not quite there yet. So I won't drop an incense just. Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. I'm streaming to Picardo, YouTube, Twitch, and DLive. I also stream to Facebook, but that's not super. It's just because I can, essentially. Yes, I stream to multiple things at once because I'm not a partner on Twitch, so I'm not restricted by that. So it's not a big deal. So I might have to figure that out at some point if I ever do get that, which I doubt, because most of my not. States of San Billion. Anyway. I think I still need to kind of get out the sketch for this a little bit better. I don't know. Yeah. Last Saturday, I was actually featured on the front page of DLive, which was cool. Exciting. So yeah, we got this started last time, which I'm very happy with. I think it came out real nice. Nice. I got someone watching on like every thing or commented on, except for Picardo. But Picardo is weird. It doesn't go to the, doesn't have a bot for the chats. Fortunate. It doesn't show up. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna have to do is drop this here and work out the sketch. Yeah, several other really sort of taken. There we go. Let's see. The nice thing about my name, generally people haven't taken that. So really easy to find me across platforms, which is nice. Zann20, really easy. So it's not quite 11, so I guess we'll start working on, have I done other tarot cards? I haven't yet. This is the first one that I've started. I started the sketch out for the Wheel of Fortune. I care about that one. And I started a really simple sketch for the Hermit and the Lover. So I really like the show Supernatural, and I thought it would be really, really cool to do tarot card fan art kind of situation, because it's very, for lack of a better term, supernatural. Yeah, I am getting close to 200 on D-Lives, which is crazy. What made me start with the Chariot is I absolutely love their car. The Impala, love the Impala. Baby is like her own character in the show, which is awesome. I love it. But yeah, so that's why I wanted to start with that, and that's also why I used her for the Wheel of Fortune as well. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why it chooses like the worst picture, like the worst frame. Just seems to do that. It's super annoying. What can you do? So yeah, it's also why I used her for the Wheel of Fortune as well. And I'm just changing the Devil's Trap to the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune wheel. So yeah, I'm just a huge fan of like the show. Car is beautiful, and it's such a big part of the show that I thought it was important to include her in as much as possible of the cards. So the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune just seemed like the best ones, especially since they keep all of their gear in the back trunk, so they take fate into their own hands, all of that, and they beat fate with the car at one point in the show. So it was I thought that was a good thing. Anyway. So those are the reasons I started with, and kind of wanted to also, the even bigger reason I started with the car Chariot is I'm not great at mechanical type drawings, so I wanted to try and kind of get those out of the way. That was another part of that. Was just how much time it would take. Although this was done quickly in comparison to things I've done before, at least, because I was using the mirror tool, well, the mirror ruler, which is super helpful. It was a little finicky on the outsides because I started the drawing without the mirror tool first. Mistake on my part. But I think it really came together, and I think it looks beautiful. And I'm really happy with it so far. I don't know if that answers the questions or not necessarily, but okay, so we got the incense going now. And let's see if I can't get this started. Oh, already, wow, 2. I don't really care about regular ones too much. Check this. Okay, I'll try and catch him. But, yeah. So, I don't know if that really answers any questions necessarily. I apologize, on a tangent. YouTube, DLive, Cardo, and Twitch are like the main ones. I also, like I said, I stream on Facebook as well, but that's my personal Facebook. Not really for the views or anything like that. I just post it to my art page after the fact, because to stream it there directly, I did. Mixer was one back when it existed and it wasn't Facebook gaming. That one. Yeah. So I don't know if that really helped with anything. Really, what's the Cardo streaming platform? Picardo. It's a streaming site that's like specifically for art. Yeah. So it's picardo.tv. It's a whole thing. Thing going off. Just an incense. But yeah, so it's Picardo TV. It's like essentially the only thing people really stream there is art. So I thought it would be cool. Haven't really gotten a lot of traction there, unfortunately. And again, it doesn't help that it doesn't have a bot that like pushes their chat to the other chat. What is that? Oh. Don't know what that is, but that's cool. And let's. There we go. Let's see it. So, yeah, trying to get this worked out. I'm essentially just copying this one. See, I'm copying the pose exactly. All websites. Very nice. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm essentially just going to be copying pose exactly, just because it's exactly what I want. I want this picture the way it's set up. That helps quite a bit. Just kind of pushing. Tab. You guys are crazy. I appreciate it though, I really do. So that's kind of, he's sitting just better to work out the because they're all kind of like going at the same time, slightly off from each other probably. Right, so you're out. Of course, it ends about there. He yeah, really don't have to have all the stuff up at once. Sounds terrible. Believe me, I've done that. Okay, smart. Yeah, I don't want you to hurt yourselves. I want you to hurt your. That's just wrong. Don't do that. Let's just light hitting tear. So this one kind of curves like so. Sam and his hair. It's the same one. Well, not good though. So we're all right. So yeah. Or so. These are really terrible. Honestly, just trying to kind of spacing where things are sitting. Not incredibly important that it's like at all or good to be something that's a little easier to follow. Put a lot more effort into are good stuff. Oh, hey, shiny. Not that that's like super exciting because that's the whole point of today, but it's nice. It's a decently high one. Okay, so we got this kind of foot way too See, and that's the thing we're having trouble with. Spacing on this. Got my first shiny one, that's cool. Get it. Oh, shiny. Okay. That's shiny number 1 for today. And I'm gonna there slide. Okay. Continue. I'll go back to what I wanted to do. We'll still have the streams playing on it. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this isn't a wonderful. Whoops. There we go. This isn't a wonderful set up right now. I need to adjust the way they look. They look wrong. Just there. It's quick sketch. Really. Okay, so what I want to do. I need to slide this up some. Smidge. I think that's definitely closer to where it should be. Smidge. Might have to separate them. Oh. Yes, just a little bit. Okay. Again, I don't really care. Checked earlier. Okay, so that's where that needs to be. Okay, so now I just want to kind of move him a little. What? I want him to be a little. Slightly over that way, a little bit more. So looking at the picture, it's going to be off. I mean, it's just I drew this, and that's a picture. It's a whole thing. So not worried about it being perfect. But that's pretty good. All right. So that's a little bit better. It gives me more than 60 to look off of. Now what I want. There. Start. This. And so D10. Oh, I hate when they do that. Okay, so now I can kind of try to get a little bit more of it. A little bit more detail oriented. That one. I need that. Under 200. I'm not gonna bother. So, yeah, we've got that rougher sketch. Now, try and get in here and get a little bit more refined. Step by step, increasing the detail, I guess. I don't know. It's a tough one. So let's see what we've got. Like I said, I'm working off of a picture here. Oh, drawing on the correct layer. So, and I'm going for a very specific woodcut kind of look that I liked. Because it's, when I think tarot cards, I think kind of in that older art styles, and woodcuts are just like these. It also makes it look like this car is like flying down the road, which is kind of cool. It gives it like this motion to it as well, even though it's sitting still and sitting on top of it kind of thing. It's cool. A little different. Again, drawing. So yeah, I'm gonna try and refine it a little. Like torso ends down here, kind of comes down. Dean has obviously short hair. Sam has long wave. Well, it's pretty straight up, but just kind of throw that on there for now. That slight button up sleeve. Hey, appreciate it, Alfonzi. Very much. Welcome. Okay, so just making some refinements. And I can kind of go a little bit less and for them, I'm not overly concerned. Their detail, it's more about the car for this. Chariot card. Okay. So that's kind of an important thing to remember. I'm working on more about the car than about them, but okay. Kind of underestimated how difficult it is. I guess how distracting the game would be what I'm trying to do. But it's also giving me a second to like stop it. really comfortable headphones, but sometimes they sit right on top of that little cap on the hat there. Uncomfortable. That puts all that pressure in one spot. Just the worst. Okay, so one thing that I always find that I have trouble with when I work from a photo is I have a hard time stopping and thinking in my styles that I draw in. It makes it so much more difficult for me to maintain my own look, my style to them. That's something to think about when you're making art. Yes, is if you're working from photos and you're not trying to be photorealistic, you have to like stop and think about how how your style is being affected by that, I guess. Like I said, I have a hard time painting my personal style when I am working from photos. So it takes me a little bit longer to work from a photo than it would from like if I used a photo for pose as opposed to using it for what I'm drawing. It's a lot more difficult. There we go. Yeah, so it takes me a little bit longer when I work from a photo as opposed to working with a photo for a pose reference or like clothing reference. It's a lot more difficult when I'm trying to actually photo to maintain my style. Yeah. Something to think about when you're making your personal artwork. How much working from a photo affecting that style if you're not trying to stick. Little confusing. That's a line just showing me that that's the wrist. It's going up way to some reason to foreshorten his foot better. It's another thing when you're working from photos and stuff is figuring those things out is not easy either. Other thing. So then we're gonna Sam. Both have like something to think about. Another thing to think about. There's lots of things to think about when you're making art. Don't let me confuse too much with that. You think about a lot of stuff. Doing a work quick, trying to throw in my hair. It's not great. It'll do for now. Put it down a second. Fabric also something I struggle with. Without references, difficult to like know where, like how much things are gonna bunch up and stretch, all that. So always good to use references when possible for clothing. Um, not everyone has that problem, but I certainly do. So that's one thing that is kind of nice when you're working from a photo, is it takes care of that for you. It kind of takes that guesswork out, and then you just kind of cartoonify, or call it, make it into your style. Say that. So yeah, way too large of an arm. Okay, so and this is a sketch, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Through it, mainly to inform. What was smooth? Sorry. When you're working with foreshortened poses and stuff, it's important to think about how things overlap. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Not used to throwing with my left hand and focusing on other stuff at the same time, so I'm surprised it's going as well as it is. Belt. It's very interesting, like how certain things affect fabric, like being a certain way and such. Not a bunch of grab these. Anything? Stop. Okay. Go. You go. Is there? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with anything under 3. Pokemon Go won't. I mean, it's not a speeding car. The lines make it look like it is, which is kind of cool. I like that. That's part of the reason I liked this kind of woodcut style, is it makes it definitely look like it's a speeding car. But yeah, no, it's very interesting for sure. I'm sure have been many accidents caused by Pokemon Go since it has come out, without a doubt. This is that's that one actually came out good. Shocking. Um, and then this foot looks really strange. Honestly. Angle. Better once I got that here. So this one, these feet are the problem I'm having right now. Oh yeah, definitely. I remember that. Let's see. I think that helps a little bit. And so far, only one shiny. So slow start. Let's see. So this foot right here is a big problem. Chop that bottom. That helps a little bit. It's still not right. Can figure that out. 16. Okay. That helps a little bit. So let's see. Got start 10. Definitely not. Good start for that. I think what I might do now, what I probably, like I was talking about before, is I started this one last. I refined the sketch a little bit better last time, so I might jump over to this one and work on the line art for this one, because and it's kind of already set up for me, which is nice. To there, and then again I'm going to set up a mirror on this. Drop that to 50. Raster layer. Grab this. So special ruler. Not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for symmetrical. So then just try and work out center. What do you do for your main source of income? I work for a local company now. I was at a news station for a while. Now I have a new job. I work for a local company that sells machines that package fruit and vegetables and stuff, produce. And it's going good. I help with setting up like files for printing. Their like companies will send us files that we need to get made into plates that print on film that then goes into the packaging. So I kind of help with that. But yeah, that's what I do now. Like I said, I was working at a news station for a while, but they were, they didn't necessarily treat all that. I had to leave. Yeah, nice. Um, so jump over where am I? Okay. So now when it does this, it starts to lag at some point for some reason. Why? Whoop. Control-Z. Okay, so man, that is making it really difficult to straight line. I hate when this happens. And it has, unfortunately, nothing to do with the fact that I've added another source to my thing. So, what's weird about this tool is it only works when you're drawing. It doesn't work for erasing. So when you are if you use Clip Studio Paint and you want to use the symmetry tool, you have to paint with transparency instead of erase, which threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. Started doing it. I do like that, but I think I want it a little bit wider, so I'm going to change it. All right. Erase. Paint out with transparency. Oh, 600. Good one. Okay. So, okay. Normally, I like working on like the right side. I don't know why, but my left. I mean, the left side. I don't know. I don't know why. But let's. Yeah, there we go. One of the keys to making things. Another strong one. Ah! That was not smooth. It looks like it's still working. That's what makes that noise. To make things feel more three-dimensional, you have to use curves in your lines and stuff. If everything is like straight, it doesn't give it that like three-dimensional look. Just this is a bit of a strange spot. I might need to adjust it. Still only one shiny so far. A bummer. That one is actually really close to what it. I still need to finish Supernatural or not. I haven't finished those things. Okay, I think that one's actually pretty. Still no shiny. Gonna run out of space again. Bummer. I could get rid of a bunch of those crabbies. Or crabbies. Let's see. And oh, still attached. Okay, so what I think I want to do up here, I'm gonna erase this out. That. Light. Because I think this. What's that one? Oh, okay. Okay, so I'd actually no. I mean, kind of, but no. So transparent. Okay. So what I need to do here. Okay. Popping up. Okay. Let's see. Tonight. Okay, so now here. Oh man, that is so rough. Kind of. I want it to. Honestly, I've made that part too pronounced, and I should probably fix it. Shit. That's... But I'll talk from the mess. Just not much. Just I made some adjustments. Really, that's all. Okay, so nothing important, I promise. That's gonna be kind of covered. Bottom part there. So for those who are not familiar with the car, they keep all of their weapons for hunting inside the car, in the trunk. So, you know what, I'm not going to put that line in. I'm just going to... So, there's, like, they keep all this stuff under, like, where you would keep the spare tire, typically. So, like, lifts up, it's got all their hunting stuff. Another one that's pretty strong. All right, so yeah, we got that. I think that's gonna be this little carpet cover board piece. Cover a bit, and then down here, all those little shapes I made there will be the stuff. So busy with doing one thing for I had. It happens. It happens. Almost. So close. Oops. No, wrong one. There we go. I don't know what that. So yeah. Now, one thing about this program, which is very interesting, is when you're using the symmetry. All right, no worries. Symmetry ruler. It does not allow you to erase. I don't know if I kind of went over that. I don't know if that was while you were here or while you were gone, but yeah. So that's one thing that is kind of interesting and might take a second to remember. But yeah, I don't know why, but if I hit the eraser, I go erase, it does not erase on the other side. But if you are using paint with transparency, it does. Very, very interesting, I think. Very, very important to know. So let's see. That one, that one. That one. Now there's 7. Okay, so time is it? 7 hours. We're cruising. So, yeah, interesting things to note if you're using symmetry. Oops. Tool. Symmetry ruler is a quirk for that. Whoops, only erase there or let's just cut right through. That'll work. If you are using paint with transparency as opposed to eraser. Eraser will erase only the side you are erasing, so it may cause some issues. Again, don't know what it is. All right, so let's get in a little closer. There we go. Trying to clean the lines up a little bit. Don't love that. Bumpy. One of the issues I ran into while I was doing the other car is I started without using the symmetry ruler, so the outsides were a bit of an issue when I was like erasing and drawing and stuff. It would kind of mess things up a little. But in this one, I started with it, so we're gonna fix that problem like that. Now, switch back. I'm going to do this. Here, I wish that wasn't so wobbly. Sometimes it's just best to kind of go over lines. Just go back and erase. Believe it or not. One thing I know a lot of artists have a problem with, or not even younger artists, well, I guess younger as in starting your art journey as opposed to young, is making a lot of lines to make one line. I did that younger. That's not the best way to do it. A digital art, at least. Traditional art is a little bit more forgiving in that sense. But one of the things you can do is instead of doing like do a bunch of little lines, like, is you could do that in like your sketch situation, but then just try to commit one line at a time. Especially digitally, it's not something that's really difficult to. Speaking, it's pretty easy. Because if it's not a good line, you just Control Z. Miracle of digital art. That's something to think about while you work. One. Yeah. Something I know, like younger artists, younger as in just starting art, not young as in young people. They tend to do multiple lines to make one line as you work. And if you're doing that in your sketching, totally fine. I have no issue with that. I do that when I'm sketching. No problem at all. But as you start to do your like final work, I would suggest trying to be as direct with a line as possible, I guess is the way I would describe that. Using one single stroke to get your line as opposed to one a little more. Instead of multiple strokes for the line, just because it makes your art a little cleaner, a little bit more. Oops. Makes it a little cleaner, nicer, more professional looking. And if you're using like a vector program that line thing, the whole problem with trying to get it to work. I don't know, it's something I learned through my journey. It's better to make strong lines that overlap and you can go and kind of erase them back to, I don't know. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm talking about like if I were to take this car as an example, I'm drawing in transparency right now, so let's undo that. And I were to try and do like, that's not quite right, and then trying to this. That's a lot more work to clean up than if I do just bang, nice of it point straight. Oh, that one's pretty good, but then if I did that and that, you know, it's when you're trying to do one line, using multiple strokes to do one line is what I'm talking about. So absolutely, if you're doing fur, you can do multiple strokes, like that makes sense. But if you're trying to like do lines and you're working on like something that's smooth, I would suggest using one stroke and pushing it back to where it needs to stop, as opposed to multiple strokes to get it to like right where it needs to be, or crazy working that way, in my opinion, over the top. Let's see. So this is an interesting little spot, right? This is actually a seam line body. I don't know. Actually, I don't know that for now. That, and I'm gonna make that a raised part. Wow. It's gonna have that chrome molding there. I can't believe I've only gotten one shiny this whole time, so it's crazy. No, that's not what we're here for, necessarily. Here for the art, but still, pretty ridiculous. So this would be one of those situations where I probably could have done this with mine, but it's slightly different. Than mine stuff. Actually, I'll undo that one. So what I want almost is what I want. Keyword there's almost. Well, no. Apparently I don't. Just need someone to say that, I guess. I don't know. I got one earlier. I think you were here, but yeah. Shiny number 2. Both pretty high for shinies, which is good. I like that. Okay, so that one was surprising. So let's see, we're still. So let's undo this real quick. Yeah, okay. I thought so. Wasn't totally sure. Okay. So, I mean, 2's not bad. 2's not half bad. 485. Yeah, so I need to use some of these. Fetch them too. Because I don't think I have all candy. Should probably. So. Yeah, I only have 108. Anyway, so yeah. This, so up. Okay. It's okay, we fix it. No problem. No problem. Okay. That's where we run into a slime chain in a mirror. Actually. Okay, so I know what I did wrong. Good. What I did wrong, this here, not actually. Three times. Okay, so this should be that. Still close. Port. Trying to get this just a smidge off that side. Really working out. I don't know. Rotate this. Okay, good. And I wasn't sure if it would rotate it with that symmetry. Okay, and it's really close. I want it to be a thin line. It's almost there. That's pretty close. Keep getting real close. That darn line wasn't so wobbly on the outside. That would help me tremendously. Yeah, they haven't, I don't know. They haven't been able to make it. That's unfortunate. That was probably it, really. Lord. Just need one line to work. That might be it. Yes, let's do it. Okay, so yeah, that'll do. When you're used to just switching over to the eraser, patch that up. To erase can be somewhat frustrating. Yeah, to stop doing that. Oh, it's gonna give me Um, out of it. What was I saying? Right. So when you're used to using the eraser to erase and not the transparent, go transparent paint with transparency. I was just getting lost there. Man, is it really doing this right now? Come on. Snap out of it. Come on. Pop back in. There we go. That one ran away. That one's popping up. Okay. But my interface is not coming back. Okay. Let's just... So yeah, shoot. Not used to drawing with, or erasing with my pencil, which is essentially what it wants, and essentially what it wants you to do. For this. Ooh, that's really smooth. I like that. Oh, wow. Okay. So now I just need to go back. Quick. Okay. All right, so there we go. Got that kind of set up. This. Sometimes when you get in really close, that's when you see those little spots that I missed. Just real quick. This is behind. This one. Okay. And check it. R. And snap that back. There we go. Better. Okay. So. All right. There we go. Now, where was I? We're putting in that back stall. That'll work. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, that Z button, and sometimes you just spam it until you get the right thing. It's just one of those things. You don't always win. You try. Okay, back here. Okay, so we've got that set up. This is where it's going to get like interesting and complicated and terrible. All right, thank you for stopping in. I'm going to stop here anyway in a little bit, so I appreciate you stopping in. Always a pleasure. Hopefully, one of these times, Broken Soul will be here with us. Catch up, see what's up. All right. First, all right. missed that, I know that, but sometimes you get it anyway. Sure. Let's cross. Ay, ay, ay. Keep hitting my hat. What I might just do. Oh, oh. 250. Guess I could buy an extra store. Whatever. There. Now I have 50 more. Alright, back it up. Okay, so yeah, that'll work. That one. And that. Oh. Okay. Actually, no, we can redo that one. That one we can do. I want it to come. Yeah, it does come out. We're here, you're breaking my rules. Happened. I don't know what's. Sorry. Yeah. I run out of this pen. Hold on, let me see if I can. There we go. Okay, got it. I mean, certainly not just yet. So that. Oh, no. Or just the one shiny. Not a big deal. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay. Got it. Okay. Another shiny. That is shiny number 3. This right here. Oh, no. I'm looking at it. So. And that comes down. That. This comes. This is where like machines blow my mind. Stuff. Starts getting really intricate with. Let's jump. Let's real quick. All right. So, and like technically, put in there, but if I import that, I don't know. got that. That pretty good. There we go. Okay. So there. What 15? Oh. Out here a little bit. I need to get in there. Then. Well. Better. Okay. Thinning those lines up a little bit to match up a smidge better. Or all right. All right. Let's see. Over to the. Oh. Okay. This is. Dang it. Better. Better. Should go better by now. We 7. All right, so that it. Come on. And this is why I kind of started with these for now. They take a little bit longer for me. Kind of super detailed and symmetric. It gets a little confusing. Doing that. Doing it. Yeah. Okay. That one. Also, tried it like do when I'm erasing along a line like that. I try to do strokes if possible, like I just did. Helps keep it a little straighter, cleaner, I guess, and helps me when it comes to those things. Work. Okay. So it's a little bit more difficult, slightly confused on certain parts. So that wasn't terrible. Should be straight. It's possible. Back here. There's this little spot here. Now, let's see. All right. So this is zoom out. It's gonna be a hard thing to like actually get, but I don't. 670. Now get this from outer section of the light. Close. And blessing and a curse. That undo function. Visual artist. Far and brushes. That two. Trying to get in between those. Doesn't look too bad though. Someone's out my front door. Or nope, there's that. Front of the door. No. Okay, so now zoom out and see how much damage I did to Mel. Here, erasing those. Not the worst, not the best. Smith. Way worse. Okay, sorry. Okay, fix it. Section there. Okay. This key. Better. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna have to call this here for today, I think. I made a lot of progress. Doesn't seem like a whole heck of a lot of progress, but quite a bit of progress. Okay. So let's that's the layout. So that kind of separation, all right. Okay, so I think I'll have to call it daily bed. All right, I read it. Again, thank you to everyone who stopped in. I really appreciate you guys checking, seeing what's up. Always a pleasure to have you here. And if you're new, follow, like, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Use the help. And I'm gonna try and do this every Saturday for at least a little bit. Every other Saturday would hopefully be, it'll be a little longer. This would be a short one. Did start earlier as well today, so it's a little different. I won't normally be doing the Pokemon with my thing, kind of because today's Community Day. It started a lot. Anyway, you can follow progress and all of that down here on my Instagram and my Twitter. Easiest is probably Instagram because it's the only thing I really post there is my art. Twitter is a little bit more difficult to like maintain part only. Anyway. Yeah, so follow, like, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you're at. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and see you next time.